So it's set in Kerala, and it's set in a house that my grandmom used to stay in. So we used to call her Achama, and that's Achama's house. And it's surreal because it's a 19 BHK. So, yeah, I mean, it's a concept that none of us have heard of. It's a 19 BHK, and the reason why it's a 19 BHK is because my dad, he has 7 brothers and 4 sisters, so that's like 11 people. That's like one cricket team. So with their spouses, that's 22. With everybody having 2 kids each, that's 44. So that's the size of the house, and that's the house that I used to go every year to for at least a month. So we had a rule in the family which said no matter what happens, every year we will all turn up there for at least 2 weeks, and the entire family turns up. So that's like, you would see an entire country turn up there, and we almost filed for independence. It said Sripuram is going to have its own flag and national anthem. So it is on that space, like it's very difficult to explain it, but sambar would be made in these huge patilas, like it's huge. You could fall into it and die. So that's the kind of house this was, and it's a huge house. And I have seen the house go from, when I was, wherever my memory goes into, so since I was 8 years old or something, I've seen that house from that time, and I have memories of that. And I've seen the house also develop as it goes. So every year when we all turned up for that 1 year, because all these 7 brothers and 4 sisters were in different parts of the world. Somebody was in China, somebody's in New York, and they all come down and they bring elements of all those places, and you could see the house develop as time went by. So that big 19 BHK suddenly had a flat TV, would suddenly see an AC. So all the rooms would start seeing technology come in. A Wi-Fi router came in at one point of time, and that was like before there was internet in Kerala. So because we thought that's the cool thing to have. So that house has seen things come in, except for one room, and this is that room where Achama stayed. And Achama was very clear about one thing, that all this technology and blah 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 can come in, but this room stays mine. And that room was the smallest room in that entire 19 BHK that I'm talking about. It had one big bed, which was, if Urban Ladder saw it, they would have immediately copied it. It's one of those things which has like immense amount of storage. Small little table next to it with a beautiful brass thing kept there, and small little lamps and lots of gods. And that was her space. And every day, so the fun part or the sad part is the fact that I have only seen the fun side of it. So I used to go there for the holidays, and there would be 44 people, and we would have a blast, and we would all leave. For the next 11 months, Achama stayed alone in that 19 BHK with about 4 help. And the house, you could see, the one time I actually stayed a day longer than everybody else, that place was eerie because it's silent, there's nothing. But she loved that space, and she refused to leave that place, and that's why none of us could take her out of that thing. So that small little corner of hers was her space. So even when all of us 44 people were there, she would make sure that she went in and spent an hour or 2 in that small room to herself. Maybe it's in the evening when you light the diyas, etc. She passed away about 15 years ago, and the reason I'm saying this story is because when I happened to go to an uncle's house, I saw this small little corner where there was a table and there was a similar arrangement. I'd seen the same arrangement in my house, and I kept seeing it in all my uncles and aunts' houses. And the whole point was that this is grandmom's, Achama's space that was there, was recreated in every house. So they kind of kept that corner there, saying this is her favorite space, and that now instead of having one favorite space, she has 11 favorite spaces in different places. And my deal is hopefully one day when I buy a house, I can get that one small corner for her favorite space in my house. So that's my story.